Greg, the McLemore Cove Preservation Society wants to stop an anticipated chicken processing facility from buying property in the McLemore Cove area. One business owner says if the chicken plant opens, it could hurt her business. Community members say they enjoy the peaceful scenery. Members of the McLemore Cove Preservation say they are not suing anyone. They just want the court to stop a chicken processing plant from opening in the area. Live in the studio, Casey Freeman at Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Casey, thank you. And we apologize for the technical difficulty on that story. We'll try to get you some more information online. The driver of an 18-wheeler was taken to the hospital after his truck went off the road and crashed. The semi was on 4th Avenue and the driver drove through a fence, crossed over the on-ramp to 24 East, plowed through the guardrail and eventually came to rest after hitting a fence that's around East Lake Courts. The on-ramp had to be closed so the truck could be removed. Chattanooga police say the driver's injuries were not serious and that there were no charges in the crash. Chattanooga police have also arrested a man, Torrin Matting Chapman. He's charged with child rape and aggravated assault, and there are other charges too. Police say Chapman's tied to multiple incidents. There's that man dating back to January of this year. Read a full report inside the WRCB app. Investigators continue working the case involving this man to determine if there are more victims. And a woman who was placed on Hamilton County's top 12 most wanted list for child rape was arrested today. Back to her picture there. The arrest report says 27-year-old Heather Nicole Peck was picked up by deputies at In-Town Suites on Gun Barrel Road, and that was just before 10 o'clock this morning. Peck's charged with 2 counts of child rape. She's being held to Hamilton County Jail, a $250,000 bond. She's scheduled to appear in court July 10th. Some Saudi Daisy parents have been cited for purchasing alcohol consumed by minors at a party. The complaint affidavit from the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office says Jennifer and Travis Bearden purchased alcohol that teenagers were drinking at their daughter's 16th birthday party. According to that affidavit, they're also cited that the parents were at that party while the teens were drinking. Jennifer and Travis Bearden are each charged with 1 count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. They were booked at the jail today, scheduled to be in court June 12th. Forecast was pretty steady. Warm temperatures today. What can we expect for the long weekend ahead? Paul Bears has a first look at weather. There's some activity right behind you there, Paul.
That's right, a little bit of shower activity. Not so much lightning, but shower activity moving right across just north of Walden, Signal Mountain area, pushing off towards the north. Again, just north of Walden, Fairmont, just south of Straight Mile, right along Highway 27, a little bit to the west of 27. And then to the west of Dunlap, into the higher elevation, Sequatchie County, there's some showers still going on. Some really big boomers blasting away in southern part of Chattooga County right now. Lots of thunder and lightning with this, and this is all drifting to the north, and then it's moving a little further off towards the north and east too. So there's a lot of activity still spreading out there just south of Dalton. These things are still popping through the night, so I think we're going to have to stick with those forecasts of keeping these showers and storms. Now east of us, just north of Athens, up to 1 inch of rain fell, and then you get into Polk County, 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain fell. Right along the Ocoee Highway, 1.5 inches to 2 inches of rain fell, and then into the higher elevations of western Fannin County, 2 to 2.5 inches of rain fell. So there was quite a bit out there. Looking at the latest Vipercast, this just came in. A brand new Vipercast showing showers and storms building up during the heating of the day for tomorrow. And then by tomorrow night they end, and then into Sunday we do it again with another round of showers and storms building up into the afternoon and evening. And then even into Monday morning we could see some more showers and possibly a thunderstorm. We're thinking about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain with isolated spots, a little bit more through the weekend. We'll tell you about next week too, when the tropical storm, the subtropical storm Alberto, gets a little closer to the Tennessee Valley. It's all coming up in a few minutes.
Paul, thank you. For a few weeks now, it's felt like summer, but summer's technically just around the corner. There's a push this summer for swimming lessons for all young children. According to the Centers for Disease Control, every day there are about 10 deaths from accidental drownings. 1 in 5 people who die of drowning are children age 14 and younger. For some kids, the deep end of the swimming pool can be a scary place. That's why CeCe Turner is helping kids get their feet wet.
I thought it was so silly that like people drown, like just they don't know how to swim, and that's something that I wanted to help work on. So it's like survival swimming to like just general like stroke technique work.
This is Cece Turner's service project, trying to earn her gold reward, the highest honor for a Girl Scout. If you missed today's lesson, she'll host another session tomorrow at the Salvation Army East Lake Swimming Pool. Sessions are free and they're open to all kids who need them. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 11, AAA predicts a record number of travelers across the Memorial Day weekend. That's why the Tennessee Highway Patrol is upping their manpower. They're aiming for driver safety. Then later, the Coca-Cola stage is in place. That means Riverbend is on the way. Stay with us.
The peaceful scenery down in
It's no secret if you've been out on the road this evening, a record number of travelers are predicted to be out on the highways by Memorial Day weekend. By the end of the weekend, it'll be traveling by road. So AAA has been giving us figures, and the Tennessee Highway Patrol is upping their manpower. They're holding checkpoints all weekend. It's an effort to keep drivers safe. They say 17 people were killed on Tennessee roadways over the long weekend last year, 3 of those here in the Chattanooga district. THP would like to drive that number down to 0. But in order to do that, they need your help.
Everyone drives about 80 to 85, even when the speed limit is 70 to 75. And it's not like that's a horrible thing, except especially through this area where there's so many hills and inclines, and it gets a little scary.
One of many on the roads we found at a rest stop this evening. The troopers ask all of us drivers to buckle up, to not speed, to not drive distracted, and to never drive under the influence. Continuing our thoughts on traveling, those gas prices are up all over the country, but millions of Americans will still hit the highway. Higher cost of travel will not stop them from having summer fun on the road. Millions plan to get away for this weekend. The cost of traveling to the destination through the whole summer is going to be higher. AAA reports the average price for a gallon of regular is approaching $3.59. That's 59 cents higher than it was a year ago. The price of gas has not forced travelers to hit the brakes on their getaways, though.
Consumers are more confident, they're spending more, and they're actually investing more in travel with family.
And although it's higher than it should be, it's not going to affect us that much.
If you hope to save a little money on your weekend travel, AAA suggests avoiding peak travel times in the morning, in the late afternoon. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 11.
More showers and thunderstorms are going to be building up for tomorrow, and probably again for Sunday and right into Monday too. We'll tell you all about that and the rest of the week as a tropical storm down in the Caribbean heads into the Gulf of Mexico. It's all coming up.
Community members say they enjoy the peaceful scenery found in the McLemore Cove area. In April, Tori Phillips a little different. Mic check, mic check.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
Greg, the McLemore Cove Preservation Society that we talked about earlier in Walker County, with the community members looking to have the chicken processing plant not be bought in that area. One business owner tells us that the chicken plant opening will end up hurting her business. Here's what she tells me. Community members say they enjoy the peaceful scenery found in the McLemore Cove area. In April, Tori Phillips organized a community meeting to discuss the future of the cove. Phillips claims she's been told one business in the community is closing at the end of September to make way for another.
Heard that it could potentially be the biggest chicken processing plant in the Southeast. It can employ over 2,000 people, and it'll be from the hatchery to the freezer.
Phillips and her husband have owned Georgia Books, located across the street from the property, for about 20 years. They sell school textbooks across the country and around the world. Phillips says she has a number of concerns, and one is the ability to protect her products.
My books, because as you know, paper absorbs smell and odor. We don't smoke in our building. We don't, we try to make sure that the books are, when we send them out, as clean as possible.
Phillips says she's not against businesses moving to Walker County. She is concerned things are moving too fast without the community's input.
I want to make sure that the infrastructure is there. I want to make sure the roads are going to adequately accommodate the plant. I want to make sure that we have sewer. I want to make sure the schools are.
Commissioner Shannon Whitfield posted a video on Facebook addressing the injunction. He claims the McLemore Cove Preservation Society is, quote, working off rumors, not facts. He says more information is not available because the county signed a non-disclosure agreement with the future business.
This gives the company time to investigate our community without tipping off their competition. But it also gives us the opportunity to research their operation to see if they would be a good fit for Walker County.
Members of the McLemore Cove Preservation Society say they are not suing anyone. They just want the courts to stop a chicken processing facility from opening in the area. Live in the studio, Casey Freeman at Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Casey, thank you. The Coca-Cola stage is out and in place on the waterfront. That means Riverbend can't be far behind. Here's John Martin.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a sure sign that summer has returned to the Scenic City in addition to the mildly oppressive heat and humidity, is the fact that this old girl has returned to Coca-Cola stage, signifying that Riverbend 2018 is just around the corner. Now, it all kicks off Friday, June 8th, with the one and only old Bocephus himself, Hank Williams Jr. Also that night, G Love and Special Sauce. Now, that just kicks off one of many, many great performances. In fact, almost 100 bands on 5 stages across 8 nights. We're talking Third Eye Blind, we're talking Switchfoot on Faith and Family Night, we're talking the Wallflowers, and of course Flo Rida. And rounding out the entire lineup, Bret Michaels will be closing down Riverbend 2018 with, of course, the fantastic fireworks show. Tickets are available right now, but we here at Channel 3 want to make sure you have the chance to go and have an awesome experience. So we're not only going to be giving away tickets, but we're going to be giving away VIP passes, just in case you want to get away from 100,000 of your sweatiest, closest, music-loving, good time friends. You can check that out on our Facebook page. We really hope you have a chance to get down here and enjoy the wonderful thing that is Riverbend 2018 in beautiful downtown Chattanooga.
So starting Tuesday, look for details on our Riverbend VIP contest inside the WRCB app and at WRCBTV.com. Let's get back over to the Storm Alert Center. Paul, are we drawing spaghetti models for Alberto yet?
You know, I don't like show spaghetti models. It gets me hungry. People don't even know what a spaghetti model is. About a dozen computer models, and I just throw them all out at once at you. It looks like little worms coming out of where the storm's going to be. But we'll just show you what we think is going to be happening. Right now, it looks like there's a pretty good shower just north of Anderson Pike, up over Walden, and points north. It's moving into Sequatchie County. And then there's already a shower in Sequatchie County from Cagle Mountain all the way south in some of the higher elevations. And the real big thunderstorms are moving over the southern part of Chattooga County, out of, it looks like Floyd County too, and all the way up into Whitfield County too. There's some showers building up, but the biggest thunderstorms right now, lots of lightning just south of Somerville, moving off towards the north. So we pull back here and you can see the biggest clusters down here, but still isolated showers popping up every now and then. And we're looking at the wide view of this. The heavier thunderstorms again to the south, a lot of them fade out once the sun goes down, but they're going to rebuild again for tomorrow, and I think they're going to be a little more numerous than they were today. We look out into the Caribbean, right in this area here. This is a subtropical storm, Alberto, and it's going to be moving off to the north. Right now it's got 40-mile-an-hour winds, and the heaviest rain is off to the east of it. By Sunday night, it's going to be moving closer and closer to the U.S., and then coming up into Monday night, it's going to take a while. It's going to slow down a little bit. It's going to have 65-mile-an-hour winds come towards Mobile Bay and then head up in the western part of Alabama and then up maybe right over Nashville with winds that aren't that strong, about maybe 25, 30 miles an hour or so with sustained winds, maybe gusts a little bit higher. That puts us in a heavy rain area, especially for the middle of next week. 78 right now in the city, 72 Dalton, 72 Cleveland and Athens, 72 Blue Ridge, 67 already in Murphy. And winds are out of the southeast at 6. Our high today was 88. 70 was the overnight low. Boy, we could use some rain. I know my lawn looks like dry as can be. 90 in Chatsworth, 88 Tryon, 88 Farnell, and about 88 out near Scottsboro. Cleveland today had 90. 90 Saudi Daisy, about 88 in East Ridge with 88 in North Chattanooga. And then north of the city, we had 88 in 10 Mile, 89 in Dayton, 90 in Dunlap, and about 1/10 of an inch of rain out near Delano, but 6 cents in Turtletown. And then Murphy had about 86. Latest Vipercast is showing most of the showers tomorrow afternoon. They start to build up, gradually fade out overnight. Takes a while though. After midnight's when they'll fade. And then by Sunday morning, not much in the morning, but into the afternoon, another round of showers and storms. Down to the south by Monday, that's when tropical storm Alberto starts moving through Mississippi. It's still questionable exactly where it's going to go, but I think it's going to stay west of us. That'll put us in some very heavy rain area coming up on Wednesday and Thursday. And the heaviest rain probably for the next couple of days, next 4 days or so, is a 1/2 inch to 1 inch on average, but some spots could easily see more. Tonight, showers will be ending with 69. Tomorrow, 85, 50-50 chance for showers and storms, and they end tomorrow night with 69. And then on Sunday, we got a 60% chance. On Monday, I'm going to drop it to about a 40% chance, and then we increase it as that storm gets near us, or what's left of the storm. And we could easily see before this is all over with 2 to 3 inches of rain over the next 7 days, and maybe a few spots a little bit more.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's a lot. We don't necessarily need that
No,
much.
but it's not going to come over the weekend, just some of that.
That's good, Paul.
Maybe
Thank you.
a couple
Let's
inches at most.
continue talking about Alberto, that subtropical storm. Paul showed you it's expected to gradually gain strength over the next 2 days before it makes landfall. Paul said probably around Mobile Bay, somewhere around the Florida Panhandle there. That's going to be on Monday, as far as we know now. Alberto's the first named storm of the 2018 hurricane season in the Atlantic. Emergency officials in Manatee County, Florida have already issued a state of emergency, and they are handing out sandbags. You see them. They say the area could face up to 8 inches of rain by Tuesday and, of course, cause major flooding there. Up next in sports, a state three-peat for Meigs County softball, but they weren't the only local teams celebrating as the spring fling wraps up. Paul Shaheen has it covered next in sports.
Start your morning with us on Weekend Today.
I'm tracking rain and storms in your weekend forecast. I'll show you the best times to plan your Memorial Day plans.
Plus, how the Tennessee Valley is remembering fallen service members and how you can get involved.
We'll see you in the morning when we get started at 6 a.m.
Overachieved and that was the goal. Come here. I'm so proud of y'all. Let's go have a party. Let's go.
Just love those moments. Silverdale will never have another party quite like it. The softball Seahawks claimed the school's first ever state championship earlier today. And what a moment it was. They battled out of the loser's bracket to do it, and they had to play without star shortstop and Tennessee signee Kaylee Phillips. Here's the good stuff. Already up 1-0 in the first over Tipton Rosemont. The Seahawks add another. McCade Cooper, a gapper to left center. Piper Brown hustling home. It's 2-0. Bottom one. Tipton loads the bases. SBA pitcher Maddie Tankersley powers her way out of it. Strike three, inning over. In the fourth now, the Seahawks doing more work. Great piece of hitting there. Marley Montgomery takes the off-speed stuff to right field. Cooper scores. Montgomery all smiles on first base. A few batters later, More smiles. Savannah Turner joins the RBI party. 1-run single, make it 4-0. Tipton scores 3 to cut the lead to 1, but Silverdale all but puts it away here in the 5th. Brenna Sexton, goodbye, a 2-run blast. That would do it. Silverdale on top 6-4. The drought is over, and the Seahawks are state champs.
They have overachieved and worked so hard all season, and in spite of adversity.
Just to be able to get this far, you know, we were definitely the underdog this whole season. Nobody ever thought we could do this, so it just means the world to me.
At one point I looked out there, I don't know how many 8th graders and 9th graders we had playing, but I'm going to tell you, it's the most unbelievable season I've ever been associated with in any sport.
So that made 2 state softball champions. The Scenic City wasn't done, though, on the softball diamond. 3 more had a shot at state glory today. First, we start with Walker Valley. They eliminated Ooltewah to get to the final. Game 1 action, Powell would take a 3-1 lead with that monster home run in the 5th. But Walker Valley rallies. Caitlin Howell, RBI double right here. Lainey Harris will score from second, so the Mustangs take the lead, and they will win it in extra innings to force the all-decisive game number 2. And here comes game number 2. We've got a full screen for you. Walker Valley had the early lead up 1-0 in the 5th, but Powell answers with 2 in the bottom of the 5th, so the Mustangs battled, but they lose 2-1 and finish state runner-up in Double-A. Meigs County rules the day. The Lady Tigers beat White House Heritage to win their 3rd straight state championship. 3-1 your final tonight. Meigs won the last 2 state titles in Single A before jumping up to Double-A, ending with the same result. Congrats to head coach Jeff Davis and the Meigs County Lady Tigers. In the Single A bracket, Whitwell was eliminated this morning, and Sale Creek made the title game, but lost to Summertown 7-5 this afternoon. Sale Creek finishes runner-up, which is quite the feat for head coach Clifford Kirk and the Panthers, because before today, no Sale Creek team had ever played for a state championship, any sport. We're not done in Murfreesboro. One more team with a state title shot. The Signal Mountain boys soccer team made the best of their 2nd ever trip to state. Signal matched up with Gatlinburg-Pittman in the Single A state championship game. The Eagles strike first. Aaron Easterly breaks free and fires. Easterly beats the goalie low and away for a 1-0 lead. Signal held that lead with 20 minutes to play, but the wheels start shaking. Ricardo Turquoise was a nightmare for Signal. 2 late goals from him to lift Gatlinburg over Signal Mountain 2-1. The Eagles finish state runner-up. The UTC women have their next head basketball coach, and as expected, they did not have to go far to find her. Former mock and longtime assistant Katie Burrows was named head basketball coach today. Burrows, a Chattanooga native, spent more than a decade on staff under both former head coaches Wes Moore and Hall of Famer Jim Foster. I spoke today to Foster, who expressed absolute joy in Burrows landing what he said was her dream job in her hometown. Foster also said he strongly recommended UTC hiring Burrows when he left UTC. The Chattanooga Lookouts won big tonight downtown, 5-1 over Montgomery. The Lookies play 2 more Saturday and Sunday at home with the Biscuits before leaving town. In the Bigs, the Atlanta Braves lose at Boston. It hasn't been a great road trip for the Braves so far. They've now lost 3 of 4, all on the road. I spoke to Foster, as mentioned, Greg. We're a big fan of him.
Yes.
I asked him how's life. He said, as you could hear him smiling, lovely. I said, are you in the States? He said, I am wandering the States. He's enjoying retirement.
I noticed you tweeted that conversation and likened him to the most interesting man in the world.
Yes,
so
he is.
If he runs out of things to do, he's a perfect a replacement for that.
Dos
for that
Equis
role.
commercials.
Absolutely.
Let's get on that.
Coach, we love you and we wish you the best. Paul has your 7-day forecast, including the next few days, which are very important when we get back.
Best chance for the showers and storms tomorrow will be in the afternoon and evening, and temperatures will be climbing into the mid-80s. And very good chance Sunday, and a pretty good chance right into Monday too. And then by the middle of next week, we could get some heavier rain moving in here as we get the remains of subtropical storm Alberto as it comes closer to the Tennessee Valley.
Something to keep it interesting as we get into a holiday. Here's some events going on this weekend. You've got the Rock City Summer Music Festival going on, Street Food Festival, Discovery Museum. Also at the Chickamauga Military Park, the Boy Scouts will be putting those flags out on the graves of our heroes with a ceremony beginning at 8 a.m. Remember the reason for the holiday. We'll see you.